Hey folks, this is Kalani. Patch 9.2 will allow us to upgrade our legendary items past their previous maximum rank once again. This time we're going up to rank 7, which will boost the item level of your legendary gear up to a staggering 291. As you might expect, it's not going to be quite as easy as just walking up to the rune carver and asking nicely. We need a new currency and a higher tier base item. Let's take a closer look and break down exactly how to upgrade your legendaries to rank 7 in patch 9.2. Before we jump in, be sure to hit up that like button and subscribe so you never miss another video. The first thing everyone will need to upgrade their legendary gear to rank 7 is a brand new currency, Cosmic Flux. You know how this works, a new patch always means a new currency, but Cosmic Flux is going to be very different when compared to Soul Ash or Soul Cinders. Whereas both Soul Ash and Soul Cinders were almost exclusively rewarded from Torghast, this is going to be the first legendary upgrade currency that you can get a lot of without ever setting foot in Torghast. So you might never have to run Torghast again if you really don't want to. You're going to need 2,000 Cosmic Flux for each upgrade to rank 7, so it is quite expensive, but thankfully there are so many different sources of Cosmic Flux and it seems like we'll be able to collect it rather quickly. Almost every activity in the new Zerath Mortis zone will reward you with Cosmic Flux. You can get around 10 Cosmic Flux out of normal treasures scattered around the zone. There are special treasures that can only be looted once per day that require various items like keys to unlock them. They will give you 75 Cosmic Flux. And then there are also one-time treasures that you can loot, so you can't repeat them at all, but they will have 200 Cosmic Flux locked away inside them. Rare monsters that you kill will drop between 50 and 75 Cosmic Flux depending on how hard they are to kill. Most of the daily quests will reward you with 75 Cosmic Flux, so they're going to be important to get done. And there's also the bi-weekly quest Patterns Within Patterns. This quest can be done twice per week and rewards you with 150 Cosmic Flux. On top of those activities, it looks like the plan is for Mythic Plus Dungeons to also reward you with 100 Cosmic Flux at the end. The raid bosses in the new raid could drop Cosmic Flux when killed as well. Not entirely clear from the PTR whether that will be the case or not, so we'll have to wait until the patch goes live. And then winning rated PvP games is in the same kind of boat. Apparently some players were getting Cosmic Flux on the PTR, so we'll have to wait and see if that makes it through to the live patch. Either way, we're going to have a lot of extra sources of this currency outside of the new zone. And then while you don't have to run Torghast to get Cosmic Flux, it will still be available as a reward in the Tower of the Damned. In the new higher layers, you can get 70 Cosmic Flux from layer 13, and then an additional 10 Cosmic Flux on layer 14, 15, and 16, so 100 total Cosmic Flux if you complete a layer 16 run of Torghast. You can also run the new game mode in Torghast, the Jailer's Gauntlet. There are only 4 layers in here right now, but layer 1 will reward you with 50 Cosmic Flux, layer 2 gives 75, layer 3 will reward 100, and layer 4 will reward 125. This side of Torghast can be quite a bit more difficult, but it's also different and maybe more enjoyable. Honestly, I think if you're doing almost anything in patch 9.2 with some other goals in mind, you know, rep farming, progressing through quests, aside from the first ones, gearing up, if you're doing any of that, you're going to be collecting a lot of Cosmic Flux. If you're curious, besides the 2,000 Cosmic Flux cost for legendary upgrades, the currency will also be used to craft or create your own tier gear later on in the patch, so it's going to be a very valuable currency. So we have our 2,000 Cosmic Flux. What else do we need? Just one other thing, a new rank 7 base item. These base items are item level 291, so that's an easy way to tell them apart. There's 2 ways to get your hands on these upgraded base items. You can buy them from the auction house or from other players, or you can craft them yourself. Buying them is the easiest and most straightforward option, but they are going to be very expensive at the start of the patch. They're going to be even more expensive if you use a legendary in a very popular slot like rings and necklaces, but if you don't want to do any of the crafting work yourself, you can just buy these rank 7 items. Crafting them for yourself is going to be a bit more involved. They're created in a very similar way to rank 5 and rank 6 base items from patch 9.1. There is a new optional legendary crafting reagent in patch 9.2 called the Vestige of the Eternal. Using this item will increase the rank of your legendary craft by 3, so the only way to get a rank 7 result is to use this plus +3 modifier on a rank 4 craft. 4 plus 3 equals 7. Easy, right? That does mean that you need to be able to craft rank 4 legendary items to be able to craft rank 7 legendary items. You can have all of the vestiges in the world, but if you don't have the recipe leveled up to rank 4, you won't be able to get that rank 7 result. The vestige uses typical profession materials, some of the new materials coming 9.2, as well as a new legendary item, the Progenitor Essentia. For anyone who played in 9.1, the Essentia is just our new Corthite crystal. It comes from the new Zereth Mortis zone. You can kill rares, open treasures, maybe get it from daily quests, and you can buy and sell it on the auction house. You will also need to reach Honoured with the Enlightened Broker rep grind in 9.2 to be able to learn the vestige recipe, so some rep grinding will also be involved. So after learning how to craft the Vestige of the Eternal and rank 4 legendary items, you can craft your own rank 7 legendary base items in 9.2. Take your 291 item level base item and 2000 Cosmic Flux to the Rune Carver, and he'll do the rest. Honestly, whether you buy the base item or craft it yourself, it's probably going to end up being pretty expensive, and that expense could be doubled in 9.2 thanks to the double legendary feature. Double legendaries is going to work a little differently than some players had hoped. You can't just craft 2 legendaries and equip them both. You can equip one standard legendary item, and then the second legendary has to be the Unity effect. The Unity effect is available to everyone, and it's rather special. It will copy the effect of your Covenant legendary, but it will swap effects as you swap Covenants. So if you're playing with Kyrian, the effect will be your Kyrian legendary. If you then swap to Necrolord, the effect will swap to your Necrolord legendary. There are 2 ways to get the Unity legendary effect. The first is from the Belt of Unity. This is a belt that is rewarded from Chapter 7 of the new story campaign. So when you've worked your way through the story, you get the belt and you can immediately equip it as your second legendary. But if you don't want a belt as your second legendary, you can also get the Memory of Unity. This also requires you to complete Chapter 7 from what the dev team has told us, but you will also need to get to Revered Reputation with the Enlightened Broker faction. So you can't get the Memory earlier if plans for the unlock haven't changed, and then there's also a big rep grind tied to it. The Memory will allow you to use that same Unity effect, but craft it on any gear slot you want. So your second legendary could then be a pair of boots, or a ring, or a necklace. It's going to be your choice. I imagine the vast majority of players will eventually want to craft their own second legendary using the Memory, so at that point you're looking at needing 2 rank 7 base items to max out your legendary gear. But that's everything you should need to know to upgrade your legendary gear to rank 7 in patch 9.2, and also how the double legendary feature coming is going to interact with that. What do you think about being able to upgrade legendaries without having to go through Torghast for once? Do you have any leftover questions about how these upgrades are going to work, or maybe even about how the double legendary thing is going to work? Leave all your thoughts in the comment section below. A big thank you to all of our supporters over on Patreon and to everyone who subscribed on Twitch. You can see the names floating by on screen. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you never miss another video. Thanks for watching, folks, good luck and have fun, and as always I will see you next time.